interview. The interview is the master.
So I see you met my little friend there. Let me introduce you to Alien. He's really cute, isn't he? He is actually a light. Ta-da! My brother won him at a game place, and he'd probably be really mad that I'm showing him right now, but he's just so cute. We're getting married. Not really. But I'm in my brother's room vlogging because this is where his computer is, and this is where the webcam is. So anyways, today is going to be about interviews. Dun dun dun. Actually, they're not that scary. To be honest, it was really easy. It was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be, and I think I did pretty well. I kind of rocked it. No, I did well, and it was really easy. I had Carol, and she was super nice, super easy to talk to, so don't worry about trying to come up with things to say ahead of time. Most likely you're not going to look at your notes. It's good to have notes, but don't expect to read right off of your paper because it's not going to happen. And it's better if you don't. It's better if you think questions off the top of your head or think of answers you want to say. It makes it feel more like a conversation and less like an interview. So that's what it felt like for me with Carol. We had a few laughs, and it was overall a good interview, I thought. So there are a few things you should know when you are interviewing. Uno. Definitely remember to write down your recruiter's name. They really like when you remember that because it shows that you're paying attention. So at the end of the interview, you can say something like, "Thank you, whoever, it was a pleasure speaking with you." Something simple and nice to show that you were paying attention at the beginning. They do like that. D. The second thing you need to remember to do is to smile like this. Okay, don't make it as cheesy as that. Make it real. But definitely smile throughout your interview because they can tell in your voice. Like, watch this. If I'm not smiling, I'm saying, "Hey, you guys, I had a really nice interview. It was cool." But if I smile like this, I'm saying, "Hey, guys, I had a really nice interview." See how it just sounds different? Try. The third thing you need to know is you're not going to be able to read word for word off of your paper. If you do, it's going to sound staged and informal. It's good to have notes. I had a few notes laid out across the table. Make sure you tape them down because you don't want the recruiter to hear shuffling along papers. But it's good to have a basic idea of what you want to say, but don't read word for word. Don't be like, "I want to work for Disney because I think it will be fun." They're not going to like that. But no, give them a straight, honest answer. You know why you want to work for Disney. You love Disney, so why do you love Disney? It should be a simple question. And it'll just go a lot more smoothly if you're not worried about reading word for word. It'll just come off the top of your head a lot better, and you'll sound prepared and you'll sound more personable rather than robotic. One of the first things your interviewer will tell you is how long the interview is going to last. Carol told me that mine was going to last about 15 to 20 minutes, and it lasted exactly 15 minutes and 46 seconds. Now, at first I was a little bit worried just because I didn't know if that was good that it was such a short interview, but I heard from other people who had Carol that her times were about 15, 16 minutes, 20 at the absolute most. So she was consistent with her interviews, which made me feel a lot better that mine was so short. But yours could go up to a half an hour, just depends on your interviewer. They're also going to tell you that they're going to be taking notes. So if you feel a few awkward pauses, don't freak out, don't worry. At first I wondered, why is she pausing? Did I not say enough? But they're just trying to keep up with what you're saying. They want to write it down so that they have something to remember you by. The first thing they're going to do is ask you about your roles, what you applied for. I applied for attractions, merchandise, vacation planner, concierge, and hospitality. So she asked me pretty much about every role except concierge. She did ask me like 1 or 2 hospitality questions, but mostly she asked about my top 3, which are attractions, vacation planner, and merchandise. So be prepared to talk about your top 3, why you chose them, and why you think you would be a good fit for those roles. Those are the type of questions they're going to ask you. They're also going to ask you situational type questions, such as, in an emergency situation, how would you react? Would you be able to stay calm? Kind of stuff like that. I did not get the infamous Space Mountain question. I was kind of surprised. I was actually hoping for it because I did think about it, but I've heard in recent years that they've stopped asking that question because so many people have prepared an answer for it, as I did. I had a really good answer too. So I'm going to tell you my answer because I just like it a lot. My answer would be, to the question, what would you do if a little boy or girl was too short to ride Space Mountain and they were upset about it? My perfectly constructed answer would have been, well, I would say, hey there, little space commander, our rockets are too big for you and we don't want you to get hurt. But I heard Buzz Lightyear is looking for new recruits to help defeat Zurg, and I think you would be perfect for the job. And then I would show them to the Buzz ride and give them a sticker and a high five. And that would be my answer. So besides situational questions, she mostly asked me about my top 3 choices. I got a few questions for attractions. Most of my questions were for a vacation planner, and I think that was because not a lot of people apply for a vacation planner. From my knowledge, I don't know if that's true, but it seems like a lot of people apply for attractions, so my guess is that they get a feel for you at the beginning, whether or not you would be good for whatever your role is, even if your top choice isn't attractions. They get a feel if you'd be good for that, and they move on to the next topic. That was pretty much it. Oh, I asked at the very end if I could suggest a work location, and she said, of course. So I said I would love to work the Great Movie Ride, and I threw in there that I have part of it memorized, and she had a little chuckle, so I think that was good. And she asked if I wouldn't mind one of the rides like Jungle Cruise that also has a great large spiel. So I said, of course, anything with a long spiel, but I would honestly just love to be doing anything, whether it's attractions or vacation plan or merchandise or any of the roles I applied for. I just really hope that I make it, and she told me I'll find out in about 3 to 4 weeks, maybe less, maybe more, so hopefully less. And now we play the waiting game. I'm really not excited about this whole waiting game, but it means that in just a few weeks we will know if I made it. Cross your fingers for me, just like I'm hoping for you guys. I want us all to be there together in January, so I hope we make it. But until then, I probably am not going to make another vlog, just because I want to stay low and just not stress out and, focus on school and things. So you might not hear from me for a little while, but I will definitely be back. And for those of you who still have to apply or still have to do the interview, good luck and don't stress. It's really easy and you guys are going to do just great. And as always, have a magical day.